morning students. We come to the development of the veins. A very interesting topic and very interesting and very important also. Development of the entire venous system of the body. Portal, caval and azygous venous system. First we take the portal venous system. This question can be asked in different ways. For example, write a short note on development of visceral veins, or write a short note on development of portal vein, or write a short note on the development of vitelline veins. Three type of questions. This is our explanation. So first will be in the development of venous system. Here the development of entire venous system, we classify the veins into visceral veins and somatic veins. So during development, the entire veins are classified into two different categories in the initial phase of development: visceral veins and somatic veins. Now, somatic veins are those veins which drain the blood from the body wall, and visceral veins are those veins which drain the blood from the placenta as well as the yolk sac. So therefore, the visceral veins will be, they are known as vitelline veins, right and left vitelline veins, which will drain the blood from yolk sac. And second variety will be umbilical veins, which will drain the blood from the placenta. Coming to the somatic veins, they are those veins which are known as the anterior cardinal, posterior cardinal veins. So these two veins, anterior and posterior cardinal veins, they will join and form common cardinal vein, or they are called ducts of Cuvier, that we have discussed earlier also. So common cardinal vein, or they are called ducts of Cuvier, C-U-V-I-E-R. Anterior cardinal vein will drain the blood from upper half, cephalic part of the embryo and upper limb. Posterior cardinal veins will drain the blood from the lower half of the body and from the lower limb. Now, after writing these points, we come to the basic diagram in which we show here first sinus venosus will show. So therefore, at this level, we are showing the entire sinus venosus. So here I will write down this as sinus venosus. Then we show the right and left vitelline veins. So therefore, we will show here, this will be the right vitelline vein and this will be the left vitelline vein. So we draw here right and left vitelline veins and we extend it down because we need more space lower down. Similarly, then we draw on the lateral side, and here we draw the right as well as the left umbilical veins. So here we draw this right as well as the left umbilical vein. This is how we draw. And now we will note down one thing, that the right and left vitelline veins, the right and the left vitelline veins, these are the right vitelline vein. Please mark it here. This structure will be the left vitelline vein. This structure will be the left umbilical vein. Please mark down. And this structure over here will be the right umbilical vein. Now, the right and the left vitelline vein, these two veins, will always travel towards the sinus venosus. They will open in the floor of sinus venosus and they will travel through splanchnopleuric mesoderm. This also I have discussed with you during the development of sinus venosus. So they will travel through splanchnopleuric mesoderm. Then the right and left umbilical veins, they will drain the blood from the placenta. As they are draining the blood from the placenta, they will open in the floor of sinus venosus and they will pass through somatopleuric layer of mesoderm. Somatopleuric layer of mesoderm. Therefore, before they drain here, right in the middle, there will be development of septum transversum. So septum transversum will develop at this point. I will draw simply this rectangle which will show septum transversum. We know that these veins, vitelline and umbilical veins, as they open in the sinus venosus, they will pass through septum transversum. That also we know. So therefore, now here this septum transversum, if I simply mention this as septum transversum, later on will develop into liver. So therefore the structure which we have drawn here, this will resemble liver because septum transversum will develop into liver. Now the common cardinal vein. The common cardinal veins, they are those veins which are draining the blood from cephalic portion. The anterior cardinal will pass like this, and those veins which are draining the blood from caudal portion will also pass like this. So here we have to draw this anterior as well as posterior cardinal vein in this way. So therefore, now they will open through common cardinal or duct of Cuvier, and now we will name this. So therefore, this will be anterior cardinal vein, and here this will be posterior cardinal vein, and this portion will be known as the common cardinal vein, or it is called the duct of Cuvier. Please note down, these veins are called somatic veins. They are bringing the blood from the peripheral parts of the body, from the cephalic portion and upper limb, that is anterior cardinal, and from the caudal portion of the embryo and lower limb, and they are draining through a common channel which is called duct of Cuvier. They will open in the sinus venosus through the lateral end. Here we finish the initial first part of the introduction of the visceral veins as well as somatic veins. Visceral veins means right and left vitelline and right and left umbilical. Vitelline veins coming from the yolk sac, and umbilical veins, they are coming from the placenta. Therefore, now what changes will take place? Now we consider the development of portal vein. So the first vein which we consider is development of portal vein. Here in the development of portal vein, we will take this much section and we will try and understand it. What basically happens is, because these veins are longitudinal, there will be anastomosis in between these veins. After that anastomosis, some parts will disappear, they will regress, and some parts will flourish, they will develop more. As those parts which flourish and develop more, they will lead to the development of portal vein or caval vein, that is superior inferior vena cava, or azygous system of vein. This is how these three systems of vein will develop. Portal, caval and azygous systems will develop in this way. Here we are discussing the portal vein. So therefore, right and left vitelline and right and left umbilical, and in between we have septum transversum now, which has developed into liver. Therefore, here we describe the development in three different parts. First development will be below the liver. So therefore, the segment which lies below the liver, here if I mark this segment which lies below the liver, this segment will be known as infrahepatic part. Infrahepatic part of vitelline veins. The segment which lies within this rectangle, within this liver, will be known as, now here this segment will be known as intrahepatic portion. This is the second portion. And the segment which lies above the liver, see here, this much segment, here I will mark this much segment as suprahepatic portion, because it lies above the liver. So in three different parts we are going to describe the development of portal vein. It is very, very interesting. We just have to interconnect and then we have to make certain parts disappear. So after this initial phase, infrahepatic, intrahepatic, suprahepatic, we first concentrate on the infrahepatic portion. What will happen in the infrahepatic portion? Before that, there will be, if I show you, there will be a gut tube which will pass exactly in the midline. So this will be the foregut, midgut, hindgut. Initially the gut tube which is lying in a longitudinal direction. So therefore this gut tube, this is the gut tube where it will develop into foregut. So initially this is the foregut and midgut. Please note down. So here I will write this as gut.